In January 2019, WeWork was worth $47 billion. By November 2023, it was bankrupt. Zero. Gone. This is not just a story about a company that failed. This is a story about one man's ego. A Japanese billionaire who ignored every red flag and a system that rewarded delusion over reality. And here's the twist. The man responsible walked away with hundreds of millions of dollars while thousands of employees lost everything. To understand WeWork, you have to understand Adam Neumann. Born in Israel, raised partly on a kibbutz, a communal living settlement, Neumann grew up with a deep belief in the power of community. He moved to New York in his 20s with almost nothing. He tried selling baby clothes, collapsible high heels, and failed at both. But in 2010, together with his co-founder Miguel McKelvey, he launched something different. A shared office space in Soho, New York. Simple idea. Rent a big floor, divide it into smaller spaces, sublease it to startups and freelancers at a premium. WeWork was born. The timing was perfect. The 2008 financial crisis had just happened. Startups didn't want long, expensive leases, they wanted flexibility. WeWork gave them exactly that, plus free beer, ping pong tables, and a sense that they were part of something bigger than just an office. The early years were extraordinary. WeWork expanded from New York to San Francisco, London, Tel Aviv. By 2014, it had a valuation of $1.5 billion. By 2015, $10 billion. The media called it the future of work. But the real rocket fuel came in 2017. Masayoshi Son, the CEO of the Japanese conglomerate SoftBank, met Adam Neumann for exactly 12 minutes. Just 12 minutes. And in that meeting, Son decided to invest $4.4 billion into WeWork. It was reportedly the largest single investment in a private company in history at that point. Son famously told Neumann, "In a fight, it's the crazy ones who win." He saw in Neumann a fellow visionary, someone who thought on a civilizational scale. Neumann had publicly talked about living forever, becoming Israel's prime minister, and eventually being president of the world. With SoftBank's billions behind him, WeWork exploded globally, 500,000 paying members, hundreds of locations across dozens of countries. By January 2019, the valuation hit its peak, $47 billion. WeWork was the most valuable startup in America. Bigger than Airbnb, bigger than Lyft. Some analysts whispered about a $1 trillion company. But in August 2019, WeWork filed its IPO prospectus, the document that every company must publish before going public on the stock market. And what investors saw inside shocked the entire financial world. First, the losses. WeWork had revenue of $1.8 billion in 2018. But its losses were $1.9 billion. It was losing more money than it was making every single year. Second, the structure. Adam Neumann had constructed a share structure that gave him 20 votes per share compared to 1 vote for ordinary shareholders. Effectively, no one could remove him or overrule him. Third, the conflicts of interest. Neumann had personally trademarked the word "we," and then charged his own company $5.9 million to use it. He had also used a $500 million personal credit line to buy buildings, and then leased those same buildings back to WeWork. He was his own landlord. And fourth, the lifestyle. Private jets filled with marijuana smoke, lavish parties, a vanity film project, tequila shots at employee all-hands meetings. The man burning through investor money lived like a Roman emperor. The market reacted immediately. Analysts began slashing the valuation from $47 billion to $20 billion to $10 billion in a matter of weeks. Major banks started quietly walking away from the IPO. SoftBank, terrified of further losses, pressured Neumann to step down. On September 24, 2019, Adam Neumann resigned as CEO of the company he had built. The resignation was just the beginning of the collapse. In October 2019, WeWork officially withdrew its IPO. The offering that was supposed to raise billions canceled. SoftBank had to step in with a $9.5 billion rescue package just to keep the lights on. Over 12,000 employees were laid off globally, office closures across 30 countries. And Neumann? He walked away with a $1.7 billion exit package from SoftBank. The man who burned the company down was paid nearly $2 billion to leave. SoftBank's total losses on WeWork eventually exceeded $14 billion. Masayoshi Son publicly called the investment a stain on my life and admitted he had been foolish. In November 2023, WeWork filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The company, once worth $47 billion, was legally insolvent, and Adam Neumann? He's already back. He launched a new company called Flow, a residential real estate venture. And in 2025, Flow raised over $100 million at a valuation of $2.5 billion. The same pitch: community, belonging, a new way to live. Different products, same founder, same story. So what can we actually learn from WeWork? 3 things that apply to any business and to your own money. Number 1, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. WeWork's billion-dollar revenue made headlines. Its billion-dollar losses were buried in footnotes. Always look past the top-line number. Ask, is this company actually making money? Number 2, governance matters more than vision. Neumann had 20 votes per share. That meant no board, no investor, and no employee could stop him. When you see a company where one person has unchecked control, that is a red flag, not a sign of strong leadership. Number 3, charisma is not a business model. Masayoshi Son decided to invest $4.4 billion after a 12-minute meeting. Because Neumann was tall, compelling, and spoke about changing the world. The lesson? Always ask, how does this company actually make money? If no one can give you a clear answer, walk away. WeWork is not just a corporate failure. It is a mirror held up to a system that rewards storytelling over substance and punishes no one at the top for the damage they cause. If you found this story as insane as I did, there's plenty more where that came from. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you want to go deeper on WeWork right now, the documentary We Crashed on Apple TV is genuinely worth your time. See you next week.